Hi, my name is Jackie Lee Price and welcome to Shadowboxruk. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. Yourself?
I'm not bad at all.
Good,
How's
good.
everything going, family?
Yeah, everything obviously like kind of at like a standstill, but I guess we just gotta make the most of it and carry on doing what we gotta do.
Yeah, it's true.
How you doing?
I can't complain. Busy, very busy, which is good, and getting to see more and more people.
Hmm.
Hopefully, keeping everyone entertained.
Yeah,
Yeah, hopefully. So let's talk about you. You just turned over pro. Congratulations.
thank you. I appreciate it.
Very good. And you are now been signed with, I was going to call it Mike Tyson. I don't know why. Frank Warren.
Yeah, I have. Yeah,
His name just popped into my head. Yeah, Frank Warren. Congratulations. Yeah, how do you feel?
yeah. I feel excited about what the future holds. Obviously, it's like a new start, new chapter of my boxing career. So now I'm just excited of all the new things I can learn and where I can get to.
Have you started already sort of making that transition and learning new skills yet in
So
terms of the pro
my,
style?
yeah, like my coaches kind of implemented them areas in my training anyway. Just like perhaps like not too much because obviously what worked in the amateurs for me that's where it got me. So we're not trying to change too much, but subtle changes we've already started implementing. Yeah.
So you boxed at light heavyweight. You started boxing, what, is it 4 or 5 years before you got your Olympic youth medal, gold medal?
Yeah, I started boxing in 2014 and then won in 2018.
So talk to me about that. I mean, there are going to be a lot of amateur boxers on here that already know the story, but just for the new viewers, just introduce them to a little bit about you, where you, in terms of your boxing background.
Um, so what do you mean? Just purely the boxing?
Yeah, from like the first, let's say, title, and up to obviously the biggest and best accolade
Yeah.
that you've got today. And then we'll go on and talk about a little bit about you and your family.
So obviously, like the first title I won was a junior cadet title. I believe I'm not too sure on the date, so I'm not gonna say any dates. But yeah, the first one was junior cadet. Then I believe it was like novices, like that's under tens, and then NABC championships, and then the year after that it was the full junior title where I got my first belt. After that was another NABC title, I believe. A few more box clubs like Haringey, been in that twice. Celtic box clubs, and then the youth titles, the 2 youth titles I got, and then a few youth NABCs because I was never able to box internationally due to my not having a British passport, so that kind of like held me back. So I remember like in 2017, I got chosen after winning my first youth title as my first year. I got chosen to go to the Bahamas for the Youth Commonwealth Games. However, I wasn't able to go due to my passport, so that held me back. And then in 2018, as like my breakthrough, I won my second year as a youth, and then I got my passport as well. So yeah, that's kind of like my path to go and box internationally. Then so January or like March time 2018, won the youth championships. After that, I went to Italy. So my first international, major international contest, the youth Europeans. I got to the final, then I got beat by the Russian, so I got a silver. After that, I went to the World Championships in Hungary. I didn't medal at all. That was just tough. And then after that, like 3 months later, or a few weeks later after that, I went to Argentina and won gold. And then I beat the person that beat me in the Europeans.
I like the way, first and foremost, like that's a long old list
Yeah.
I'm actually surprised you can remember them all. Congratulations. I mean, I don't know if anyone outside of amateur boxing knows how hard it is to win that much in such a short space of time. When did you realise that you had an extra special talent at boxing?
Well, to me, I was always into sports. Ever since from a young age, I was running, was playing football, was playing rugby, whatever. I was always that active individual. However, it wasn't until like year 8 where I wanted to, like the later stages, where I wanted to actually be good at something, like really good at something. And then I didn't find out until my first title. Like boxing as a sport is what you put into it is what you get out. Whereas, like other sports, you get like football, you get rugby, it's all a team sport. Boxing is you sow what you reap. So, well, you reap what you sow.
Yeah.
So it's,
But no, I know what you mean.
yeah, yeah. So it's like that. It's all down to how much you're willing to put in.
I mean, you must have seen the coaches at the gym though doing this, rubbing their hands.
Well, I wasn't. I'm not naturally. I wasn't. I wouldn't say I'm naturally talented. My younger brother Rico, I'd say he's natural talent. So I've kind of had to go up the hard way and train much harder to get to where I've got to so far.
Wow. I mean, that really is a testament to somebody, you're saying, not my words, that you weren't, as talented as your brother, and yet look how far you have got. Absolutely tremendous. And then can I just ask you a little bit about that whole passport issue? Because I had a friend also that was boxing for a club in London, and there was issues with his passport. Was it literally just a length of time that it was taken to get everything together, or was there other issues?
So there was a few issues regarding like so I was born in Slovakia, so I had a Slovakian passport. My dad was born in Nigeria, so he had a Nigerian passport. However, none of my parents had a British citizenship, so that's kind of like where the complication started. However, due to my dad being here for like 20 plus years, he had to get his passport first. He got his passport and I got mine. So that's kind of where the complication started. However, I always believed that everything happens for a reason, and I got held back all those times, not because it wasn't meant for me. But I truly believe that God is preparing me for something else, and it's all about timing. So maybe it might have been a blessing in disguise. So yeah.
And I imagine you were learning so much in that time anyway. Do you know what I mean? No. And let's talk about your family. I'm really intrigued. So you've got about 1,000,001 siblings, haven't you?
Yeah.
And they're all apparently talented at boxing. I keep hearing about your family just around the circuit. Everyone's talking about you.
So let's start with the youngest. We got Enrico. Even though he's the youngest, is the biggest. So Enrico's 15. He's won two national titles, 2 European titles. He's 16-0. He's heavyweight, about 6'4", 105 kilo.
How old is he?
He's 15. Yeah, he's a tank. And then Samuel did second brother Samuel. He did try boxing. However, he wasn't too keen on it. He was very strong. He had raw power. He wasn't as skillful, but he had raw power. But he never really wanted to stick at it. So he's gone down the football route, and he's got a scholarship for Dover at the moment.
Wow.
So he's doing well in that department. And then there's me. Then I got 4 sisters and an older brother.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do you all live in the same house?
No.
Oh.
No.
Yeah.
I only live with my 2 brothers.
Oh wow, nice. And so, yeah, looking at you, no disrespect, you don't look Slovakian. So I'm sure everybody is always surprised. Do you get a few weird looks when you first tell people you're from Slovakia?
Everyone's a bit surprised because, like, if I don't tell anyone I'm Slovakian, they're gonna be like, "Oh yeah, but you ain't got an accent and all that stuff."
Yeah.
But obviously, what I've been there since I was 7 years old, so it's kind of like embedded in me now, and it's they do get surprised. But in Slovakia, it's a different story because in Slovakia, we were like always the different ones. But yeah, it's changed now.
I mean, my brother was born in Germany, and no one ever believed him. Were your parents in the? Was your father? Was he a serviceman, or is that how you ended up in Slovakia, or how did you end up there?
So what happened is my mum came to England to study, and then she met my dad, and then I just happened to be born in Slovakia.
Okay. Oh,
yeah, but so they must have travelled back here, but yeah, originally they met in England over here.
Oh wow! Can I ask you about? Did you experience as a young mixed race boy? Did you or your siblings ever experience, any racism, or were you accepted, or were you just seen as just as another Slovakian?
It was tough. We grew up in a village. Like the first few years of my childhood, I remember growing up in a village. My nans, we lived with my grandma in a village called Zjar. That's a population of about 1,000 people. So like, as you can imagine, everyone kind of knew everyone. And literally, I could walk 10 minutes and I'd be in the Polish borders. So that's how close we were in Poland. It wasn't until I had to go to school, my nursery, and then school, where I had to move to the city. And then that's kind of when we started experiencing people looking at you differently. Like we'd go to the shop and there'd be people staring at us. Like, for example, I remember the time when my dad came to Slovakia to visit us, because he still worked over here in England. So he was going back and forth between the two countries. When he was coming to Slovakia, there was people getting out cameras and like recording him and stuff like that. So yeah, it was tough. We didn't really get accepted that much. Obviously, I can't say that no one accepted us because we still had friends and stuff like that. However, it was more difficult because there was a minority, a larger minority I didn't understand or didn't want to understand. However, I can't say that now because obviously times has changed. I can go back to Slovakia now and it's we've moved on. But when I was younger, it was slightly different.
I'm guessing though, also, there might have been people looking at you because you might have been just a nice looking kid. Do you know what I mean?
Maybe,
It literally could have been that as well.
Maybe.
I'm not suggesting that, obviously, we've all experienced racism, and especially if you grow up in a place where there isn't very many people of colour. But yeah, it could well have been, they were like, that kid's a good looking kid, or they're a good looking family. Could be that.
Maybe.
So yeah, and then you move here. I just think I wanted to ask you actually, just for kids that have grown up in a place, before we move on, grown up in a place where they're in the minority, have you got any words for them? Anything, any pearls of wisdom?
I feel like knowing that there's nothing wrong with being different is an important factor, because we can often fall into a trap that because we're different it's a bad thing, but that's not always the case. The main case is that we have a family that loves us behind us, and you have people that you can reach out to that will support you and will be there for you. I think that's the more important factor to remember.
Yeah, fair play to you. And before we move into obviously the pro game, talk to me about, just describe what it's like for the lead up to a youth Olympic Games, the whole lead up to, I don't know, just before you walk into the venue and box. I mean, I can't. Talk to me about that.
It was October 2018 was just it was just an experience I'm gonna remember for like, the rest of my life. It was unreal. Like being in the same compound as 7,000 of the best athletes in the world was just incredible. Like we had to like eat in the same place, like same cafeteria, like like new built flats. It was all different disciplines from javelins, from shot put, rowing, canoeing. Like it was just unreal. Boxing wasn't till like the last. It wasn't like till like the end of the duration. So we were out there for 3 weeks, and then boxing was the last sport to actually take place. And the venues and the training grounds were just second to none. Like we trained in like a 10,000 seat stadium. That's just for like a training ground. And then the actual competition was was slightly more compact. But so like what that meant is like you could hear everything, all the screaming, all the shouting. It was something else. And obviously winning on that stage was just incredible, and an experience and something I'm gonna remember for the rest of my life.
Wow. Yeah, that's making me tingle. It's making me tingle. And obviously now you're going on into the pros. I mean, oh, what are you feeling like in terms of just, I don't know, just being sort of stuck though? Because obviously you get that big push that you're with Frank Warren, which is absolutely great. Nice stable there. You must be just itching to get out there now.
100%. Like the current situation we're in, like with the pandemic, has literally just slowed things right down.
Yeah.
Which is a bit crap. But as soon as it's over, I just can't wait to get out and do my debut, and show the world of what I'm capable of doing.
Yeah.
And the levels I'm capable of reaching. With that being said, this is the time to like really get things done. Like I'm still training. I'm still keeping myself ready physically and mentally. And so that when the time does come, I can just go out there and show everyone.
Yeah.
And I think that's the important factor.
I don't doubt it. I mean, there must be some skills in terms of, mind work, etc., that you've pulled from being an amateur. You can take into the future with you, surely.
And it's good also because like, obviously, my younger brother Enrico, he's gonna be going through the same process that I've been going as an amateur. So he can kind of speak to me about certain aspects that I'll be able to advise him on or fill him in on. And it's always good to have someone to push you. Like down here in Kent, we got a few boxers like Gideon Jones. He's a pro as well. Training with Timmy, like a few of my close friends we're really pushing each other on.
Nice. Hasn't Louise turned over from your gym, Louise Orton?
Yes, she has. Yeah, she has.
Where did I read that the other day? Yeah, I'm really pleased for her.
Yeah, she did. Yeah.
Has she had one yet or not?
She was meant to, but however, due to some cancellation or someone got put, opponent pulled out. She didn't have a fight now.
Okay. So let's talk about sponsorship. I'm guessing people are gagging to get hold of you. Have you been signed up by anybody or doing any sort of, I don't know, modelling work or? And if you get signed by a model agent, I'm having 10% for a suggestion.
No, I haven't been. I haven't actually been approached by anyone. Like, there's been a lot of people that have been helping me through like Portofino. That's a firm I work for currently, training to be a financial advisor. They're helping me a lot. Jane, Shocks, another one of my sponsors. They're all. I'm surrounded with people that have got my best interest in me. So I'm blessed and grateful to have them around me.
Let's talk about your little entrepreneur entrepreneurial, I don't even think, I can't even think of the word, just you know, you've set up a business, haven't you?
So, but you're talking about the clothing.
I am. How
Yeah.
old are you? How old, can I ask how old you are?
Sorry.
How old are you?
19.
I think, yeah, I think it's brilliant. Great role model. Carry on. Tell me about your clothing range. Beautiful.
So, I started that in 2017, like late 2017, and the idea that came from I'm into fashion. I love clothes, love trainers, love shoes. Just it's kind of typical, and
Who
I
doesn't?
kind of sorry.
I said, who doesn't?
Exactly that, and then I wanted something that represents the family name, like something that the family that something that will represent us and something I can wear on the daily. So I started that, and the story behind that is I wore one of the shirts, like one of the first ones that I wore into to a speech, because I was a head boy at the school. So in one of the talks I wore it, and then it happened to be that the chairman, the chair lady of the school was there, and she was the ex Isuzu truck owner, and
Oh,
then that's kind of like when our relationship like kind of started, and then she's been helping me a lot with getting the trademarks, getting the marketing, getting like all that aspect of it, and obviously now I'm transitioning to the pro rankings or the pro. I'm gonna really push it so that as my profile builds, so can the business as well, and the
yeah,
label, the brand.
yeah. I mean, you're a smart kid. I mean, it's tough, isn't it, when you start out doing it? But I guess you get a lot of joy from seeing it in its infancy and then developing to now, and it's going to go on
100%.
as your fame, like you say, as your fame grows. It most certainly is going to grow with it. In terms of your thoughts on how this whole boxing, you know, is going to develop after the pandemic. I mean, how is it gonna? How, in your words, do you think it's gonna survive?
I'm not too sure about that. I haven't really been following any news or anything like that.
Probably not.
No, I haven't been, so I can't really say anything on that.
Yeah.
Mm.
They're talking about the whole behind closed doors and stuff like that. I mean, I'm missing boxing, but I'm just kind of trying to figure out, oh my gosh, how and when? When are we getting it back? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think everyone's kind of going through the same. Everyone's kind of in the same boat, I guess.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So, what have you learned about yourself during this time?
The biggest factor that I've learned is to kind of like have the importance of a strong routine, and that's kind of gonna determine like if you're gonna come out on the other side or if you're just gonna stay in the same place. Like having a strong fundamental routine that you can stick to day in order to enhance yourself and to prepare yourself to bet yourself. Really, it's vital. So that's kind of what I've learned about myself.
What little goals have you set then? Because I can imagine you've got a little list.
Mm-hmm.
You know, 6 months, a year. What have you got on that list?
Well, to be honest with you, I really, really aim to at least get my pro debut like off like this year. Like if I could even squeeze 2 in, it'd be brilliant because I'm just got itchy knuckles right now.
That's just greedy though, isn't it?
It's unreal. Obviously, and not even being able to go to the gym and punch stuff is it's a
bit hard.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Especially going from training 3 times a day to just being shut. It's difficult.
And have you had any conversations with Frank since you've kind of signed on the dotted line? Or is it literally no one saying anything, they're keeping it all under wraps?
I've had I've been in contact with my manager, Francis Warren.
Yeah.
So yeah, we've been in contact with each other about the current matters. So we're all keeping each other up to date.
Good,
So
good,
good.
good. But it's all under wraps at the minute, I'm guessing.
It's so good. Yeah.
There's quite a few of new kids on the block, road management, isn't there?
Definitely, yeah.
Exciting times.
Definitely.
Well, listen, thank you very much for giving us your time. Like I say, I've been watching you and your brothers in the sort of amateur game. You're well liked, and I'm guessing that you're going to have a massive following in the pro scene. So I just wish you all the luck.
Thank you. I truly appreciate it. Thank you very much.
If you like this video, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you're not a subscriber of Shadowboxruk UK, we'd love to see you, so please go ahead and subscribe now.